After training with his mentor, Batman begins his fight to free crime-ridden Gotham City from corruption. Hello everyone, welcome to another movie review, and it's on the movie Batman Begins. This movie came out back in 2005. It was nominated for one Oscar and had another 14 wins, and in total 72 nominations. Yeah. And this is, again, another movie that's rated as one of the best movies of all time. And it doesn't hit the top 100, but it hits the top 200 movies of all time. And it comes at the spot 129th spot. Yeah. The cast in this movie, the top actors in this movie are Kristen Bell, Michael Caine, Liam Neeson, Katie Holmes, Gary Oldman, Cillian Murphy, Tom Wilkinson, Rutger Hauer, Ken Watanabe, Mark Boone Jr., Linus Roach, Morgan Freeman, Larry Holden, Gerard Murphy, and Colin McFarlane. Yeah. What a cast. What a cast. Well, let's start my thoughts on the cast. I don't have that much to talk about this time around, and I don't have anything to complain about really. Nothing. So let's talk about the cast first. The cast all around did a phenomenal job. Kristen Bale, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, all of them did a great job. Liam Neeson, I absolutely love him in this, and this is well, I'm kind of like in between, like which Batman movie I prefer overall. Between this one, Batman Begins, or The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight came after this. I shouldn't be comparing it because this one came first. If anything, when I did my review for The Dark Knight, that's when I do my comparison. So if you want to see me do a comparison, go and watch my review of The Dark Knight. But I absolutely love Liam Neeson in this as the bad guy. Yeah. And what was the actor again? I think it might have been Cillian Murphy that played Scarecrow. Yeah. If I'm wrong about the actor, sorry. I'm trying to figure this out. I think it was Cillian Murphy though. He did a great job doing the Scarecrow. I absolutely love that. And the action-packed Batman movies that we've had before this was like Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin. The first two, is it Kevin Costner? I don't think, no, it's not Kevin Costner. The person that played Beetlejuice, I can't remember his name right now. I can't. I thought he did a good job at playing Batman. The actors that came afterwards, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, one of them was Val Kilmer, the other one was George Clooney. The picks, those were the two actors that played Batman. I forget which one was in which. I think it might have been Val Kilmer in Batman Forever, and then it was George Clooney in Batman and Robin. I could be wrong about that. But if I'm right, to me personally, I thought Val Kilmer was a good choice, and even George Clooney was a good choice. But they came in at a time when the storyline just went to crap. It went to shit. And that was the problem with those two movies. And then we're coming on to this movie. Christopher Nolan directed this movie. Was he one of the writers? He might have been. I know he was one of the writers for The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, so he might have been the writer for this movie. And, yeah, so like coming off of the Crab Fest that we got and then coming onto this, it felt like it was something new, something fresh. Again, because it had been a while. This movie came out in 2005. The last one before this one came out in the 90s. What year was it? 97? 96? Something like that? I could be wrong about the year, though. But I'm trying to remember on the top of my head here. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. So, yeah. So coming on to this, it felt like, okay, it was kind of like a reboot, at the same time, an origin story again. And I was like, an origin story again, really? And then when I finally got to see this movie, I was like, oh my god, they did a great job. So it's like, not to take away from the fact of trying to do an origin storyline, like starting from the beginning again. I was like, actually, this works amazingly well. Why? Because it had a really good plot, written extremely well, had a much better cast than the last two movies, at least. And to me personally, Christian Bale has played the best Batman in this type of a universe, which would be like a dark Batman, not a comical Batman like the TV show from the 60s. No, a dark Batman in an action live movie. He's been the best one, to me personally. Yeah. So, that's all needs to be said about the storyline and the graphics. The storyline and the actors. Sorry, everyone. To the graphics. Awesome for its time. I still find it holds up to this day as still awesome for its time. Nothing else needs to be said. No. Like I said before, IMDb rates this as one of the best movies of all time. It's not in the top 100, but it's in the top 200 at the 129th spot, like I said before. Do I agree with that? I might actually agree with that. I actually might. Because would I say it's one of the best movies of all time? If I go into my top 100, I would say not really, because there's other movies that I prefer over this. Not to say that this is bad. This is awesome, amazing, and for a superhero movie, it's like one of the best there is out there. One of the best. And Christopher Nolan was a genius for these, as was Christian Bale. But one of the best movies of all time? Top 100? No. Maybe it might hit my top 200. Yeah. So, that being said, with all the users combined, IMDb gives this movie an 8.2 out of 10. What rating do I give this? I know I've been doing this a lot as of late with a lot of stuff, but I've been watching a lot of great movies, a great TV show, and I'm really sorry, I have to give this a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. Eventually, I will get to movies and other TV shows that I'll give a lower rating than that. Definitely. I want to do a review for like everything, all movies ever done, all TV shows ever done, all miniseries ever done. So eventually I will get to other stuff that I find is not as good. So yeah. So, oh yes, I also forgot to mention, I just watched this over at Amazon Prime Video with my Stars, on my Stars channel on Amazon Prime. So, you can catch that though yeah. So, I gave my rating. I want to thank you all for taking time to watch. And if you love this movie or didn't love this movie, you can let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. I always love your comments, whether you love the movie or hate it. You can like this video if you like this review, and you can subscribe to my channel if you love my content. So thank you all for taking time to watch, and join me next time for another movie review I intend to do soon. I am out.